what's some advice that you would tell someone that was in your shoes as a cybersecurity analyst who's trying to make that transition to pen testing?
It's pretty. There's some things you can do to essentially, because you're really just trying to filter through like HR filters to make sure your resume is at the top of the list when you're applying to a position. If you're not networking directly with somebody that's already in the company or like a pen tester, usually you're matched with a recruiter that's just reading a resume, that kind of thing. So one of the things you can do to gain as much offensive quote unquote experience without actually having any is either through self-paced studying. If you're currently studying in college or university, I would highly recommend, if your school isn't currently doing it already, for them to sign up. I think it's called CPTC, Collegiate Penetration Testing Competition. Most colleges do CCDC, which is Collegiate Cyber Defense Competition, I think. It's a group of colleges come together and compete against each other for either offensive or defense. So if you want that offensive experience, try and sign up for CPTC. Usually your school hopefully would support you in building a team if you don't already have one, or try and joining it if your school already does have one. Another thing, if you're not in school, kind of just studying like on your own, self-paced, certifications are, although it's, like, as you said, debated whether or not you like offsec or CEH or eLearn security. You may not like the course contents, or like maybe hunting for certifications. Maybe that's not how you learn, but it's probably one of the best ways to get your foot in the door, or at least pass those HR filters that are there. So certifications are a good thing to like go after, even though you may not like them. Another thing is personal projects, I guess, or self-taught learning, like either Hack the Box or VulnHub, those kind of platforms. I was asked in my pen testing interview, what's your, I think, rank or level in Hack the Box? How often do you contribute in doing those machines? What kind of experience do you have on it? And like, thankfully, I said, because I grinded Hack the Box like essentially every week doing the machines, and I think at one point I was ranked like number 20 or 25 in the US, which isn't like, the US isn't competed as much as it was before, but it's still good in case that comes across as an interview question. You have that like profile, and you have that proven quote unquote experience to back it up.
Wow, yeah, that's actually really interesting. I that you had an interviewer ask you about your hack the box rank. I actually have um, my hack the box team. I straight up had someone say, "Yeah, I've never seen an employer care about my hack the box rank. They only care about whether if I'm doing it or not. The rank didn't really matter so much." And then like the team kind of like collectively agreed with that. And in my experience, that's what I've experienced too. Like that, I've never been asked that in an interview either. Although um, I do. Well, I used to put my rank on the resume, but then I was like, oh, I don't think anybody cares about my actual rank, so I just put like the number of machines I pwned. But so that's interesting that you got asked that question. That's really cool because, in my opinion, like rank. I don't know. I feel like the rank just shows you how much you play the game rather than like shows you like your skill level. I guess like if
Yeah,
you
or
are
like consistency, because your rank doesn't go down.
yeah, that's what the rank does. It shows your consistency. That's a good way of putting it. Yeah, you got a high rank, you got about high consistency, which is super important in this field, in my opinion. That's one of the reasons why I do hack the box every week, and I don't miss a week, or I try not to miss a week. And if I do, then I go back and I'll do two the next week. I never miss two in a row. So yeah, I agree with you there. Hack the box is super helpful, and I have been asked on interviews like explain some of the hack the box or like what's your favorite hack the box machine you've done. And my favorite was Cerberus, which was a hard machine. I don't you probably done it, but yeah, that was my favorite machine. And I have a write up on it and stuff. But yeah, that was a super fun one.
Nice. I haven't done Hack the Box in a while, besides the Pro Labs. I've kind of drawn away from the individual
it,
machines and just kind of stuck with the
it's
Pro Labs, just because it's more towards like of what I'm like doing day to day, and what I like want to learn in the future.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like I should probably stop doing the machines and start doing the pro labs myself, the way you're putting it and the way I've heard other people talk about them. Because I've never heard a single bad thing about a pro lab. I think the only negative thing is maybe the cost.
Yep.
But no one has ever said like the training itself is bad, or so. I've only seen people say good stuff about it. And I actually had one of my teammates. He stopped doing hack the box weekly machines for weeks to do the pro labs, and it paid off for him. So that might be something that I rope into my training myself. So thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, of course.